Welcome to Parts Perspective, the podcast for people who live and breathe automotive performance.
Hey, if you sell parts, whether it's online, out of a retail shop, or even at the back of your truck, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to Parts Perspective. This is where we talk shop, real insights, real strategy, real stories from inside the aftermarket parts game. No fluff, no fake gurus, straight up conversations, people who actually sell this stuff. So let me break this down. This show is mostly for the folks behind the counter or behind the keyboard. Maybe you run an e-com store. Maybe you've got a brick and mortar. You're trying to keep up with online trends. Maybe you're a jobber or an installer looking for an edge. Maybe you're a manufacturer curious of what goes on in the real world. If you're in the business of selling parts or accessories, this is your corner of the internet. Now, I'm also going to make some episodes that are a little more consumer facing. So if you're someone who buys parts and wants to understand what's legit and what's junk, you still get value here. But my main focus is people in the game. So why do this now? Because the industry's changing fast. Margins are tighter. Logistics are a nightmare. Amazon and eBay are cannibalizing pricing. And let's be honest, most of the advice out there is either outdated, generic, or written by someone who's never actually fulfilled a parts order in their life. There's a lot of noise, but not a lot of people actually talking about how this business works behind the curtain. That's where this podcast comes in. So here's how this is going to go. Most episodes will be solo. Sometimes they'll be tactical, how to handle returns smarter, how to structure bundles, how to deal with suppliers when they're ghosting you. Other times they might be a little more real, like telling you about a week where everything went wrong and how we fixed it. I might bring on a guest now and then, but only if they have something valuable to provide. No fluffy interviews or filler episodes. Some topics will be deep strategy for sellers. Others will be buyer friendly, like helping consumers understand what makes a good aftermarket product. Either way, I'm hoping to keep it sharp, useful, and real. Now, quick bit about me and why I'm doing this. I run a real parts business, multiple actually. We've been through the grind, everything from supplier headaches and fitment nightmares to ad campaigns that flop and warehouses that get backed up for days. And actually, there have been weeks and months. I'm not claiming to have it all figured out, but I am in it every single day. And this podcast is just me putting that experience to work. So hopefully someone else doesn't have to learn it the hard way like I did. Granted, I don't know if that's possible, but it will be an easier way. So if this sounds like you're seeing, hit subscribe. I'll be dropping episodes as soon as I can. Unfortunately, I can't commit to a regular schedule because obviously business comes first, but it depends how much chaos we're managing behind the scenes and what time's available. So if there's something you want covered, a topic, challenge, a question, you can hit me up at partsperspectivepod.com or DM us on our social media. There should be links down below where you need. Appreciate you listening. Looking forward to getting this going. Welcome to Parts Perspective. Let's get after it.